Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at 5232 Southeast Coot Way here in Hillsboro. We're located to the left of the front doorway. That's as you face the house from the street. Clean out if you lose track of it. There's only one foundation vent to the left of the front door, and the brick here, it sits almost directly in front of it. And I guess lines up best with the right side most slat there in the vent. Got a 3-inch ABS clean out. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We are zeroed out, and off we go. And it looks like immediately upon access here, it's about 2 feet into the line bells out to 4-inch diameter ABS, which I love when they do that. If you ever had to do an addition, add bathrooms, and you had to, by code, bump it up to 4-inch pipe, a lot of these homes don't do that until you get way the heck out by the street, and you're having to trench up the whole front yard to do an interior bathroom addition. It's kind of a frustrating thing. This is only 2 feet outside the foundation wall in the dirt. So we just transitioned there over to 4-inch 3034 PVC. That's the green pipe we're in now. We are going through a section here with some standing water in it, and we will take a look at this on the way out when the line's fully drained. And there's the main there at 42 feet. We're going to go locate here really quick while the line drains off, then we'll get a better view of everything as we come back. All right, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates out on Southeast Coot Way. All right, where the line terminates is essentially directly in line with the cleanout. This line does essentially a dead straight shot to the main. Okay. So there's a little bit of water still trickling off here. All right, we're starting to, finally the line's drained off here. We're going to start pulling back. All right, so up on the sidewalls there, we do have some grease buildup, ridges that have formed. There is some paper products in amongst that. When grease goes down the line, it'll build up anywhere, but it especially likes to do so in standing water because it hardens up quickly because it cools down, it floats to the top of the water, and then starts collecting to the sidewalls. And so as it sits right now, the only buildup to even speak of in this line is grease related, which is not something that should go down your line to begin with. I'm also not seeing any debris beyond the water line right now, stuck to the top of the pipe. What tells you the story of a belly is everything that precedes it. So you can see the top of the pipe there is clean, sidewalls are clean other than grease buildup. There is zero indication any blockage or backup has ever occurred there. You know, not that it couldn't theoretically take place, but this house has been here a while. It's had a lot, I mean, 25 years worth of usage on it. No one has cleaned this thing to get it prepared for the sale. This is a natural look at it right now. And all those things put together, this is one of those bellies that if you treat your line bad, I mean, this has even been abused, the grease buildup. We don't even have even a blockage evidence that shows it blocked and broke loose naturally on its own. There's just nothing there. So I'm going to recommend some cleaning on it. I'll at least locate and tell you where it's at here, but there's not enough going on here in my opinion to recommend repairs. I can barely recommend cleaning on it as it sits. I think it's worthwhile to do it so it gets it back down to base and there's no, you know, old homeowners build up in the line here and it all comes down to the new homeowner and what they want to do to it. All right, so the belly here runs right from, it starts right at the curb. That's where I figured it was going to start there. You're about 6 feet deep here and about 6 foot 4 inches deep at the end of it. So you're talking trenching up the roadway over a belly in this circumstance that in 25 years shows no signs of blocking. That does not make sense to me. That's my 2 cents on it. What I do recommend, especially if you have a household with, you know, little kids that are still learning how to fold toilet paper, things like that. And that belly there, it's also a good distance from the house. If you're going to have one, you want it to be further out. It just, it insulates you from it. If a blockage could theoretically even develop there, you got to fill up a whole lot of pipe to get back to the first fixture in the house. And in doing so, there are not a lot of proper usage items. Toilet paper, for instance, blockages made of that kind of substance that could withstand that level of head pressure building up for, you know, most likely you'd have to fill up probably 40 plus feet of pipe to even get back to the first fixture. Let's see here. They've got one coming in here about 4 feet, so a little bit sooner than that, about 35 feet or more. That head pressure often knocks things loose before it ever gets back to that point. So, and you can see where that grease is originated from. That's the kitchen sink drain where it ties in right there. So it would also be worthwhile to clean out the kitchen sink drain. You've got some pretty good grease buildup coming out of that. That's one spot there where grease buildup can indeed get you more in the short term. Grease, I mean, it's already a small diameter line. You've probably got half-inch thick grease buildup in there. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. That belly is not significant enough, especially with zero blockage or backup evidence, to warrant tearing the whole street up over that. Treat the line as it's intended to be treated. If you are, you know, concerned that someone in the house is putting improper stuff down the line or grease, things like that, it happens. Big households don't have a lot of time to always clean the dishes beautifully and grease goes down the line. I'd rather see people periodically hydrojet the line for a few $100 than go through the effort of tearing the road up in a circumstance like this. It's overkill in my opinion. And especially so in plastic pipe. Those smooth pipe walls do a great deal to help mitigate buildup from occurring. As you can see there, the only thing in that belly at all was grease. If you're not putting grease down the line, you're not giving the line stuff to build up. So as the line currently sits, it is a functioning sewer line. You'll have improved flow and functionality and help mitigate any blockage risk by getting the grease out of there. And I am going to recommend cleaning out the kitchen sink drain. You've got a fair amount of grease, you know, and you put all that together. This thing has had a lot of that junk going down it, and it still didn't even get to the point where even a temporary blockage occurred. All the pipe we just scoped there is intact. Nothing's broken. I would recommend rescoping after any cleaning is performed to just show the work, make sure it was done properly.